Bradley Kane didn't flinch anymore when someone begged him to stop. He had become numb efficient, a career cop who knew how to make problems disappear, how to silence complaints, and how to write reports that erased bruises and screams. In his world, power came from fear, and he wore the badge like armor. But the call that came in one October morning wasn't routine. A 13-year-old girl had vanished. Her name, Ava Sinclair. Last seen walking home from school. Blonde hair, pink backpack, a bruise under her eye in an old photo. Kane didn't care at first. He never did. But something about Ava's face shook him because it looked like his daughter's. The same guarded smile, the same wide, frightened eyes. And then something worse, he recognized the address. The last person to see Ava. A man Kane had been protecting for years. A businessman with deep pockets and darker secrets. The same man who once slipped Kane an envelope after a domestic misunderstanding. The same man who made donations to police charities and called Kane directly when there was a problem. Bradley Kane had buried a lot of cases, but this one was still alive. He tried to ignore it, tried to pass it off, but the girl's mother kept calling. And when the department pushed the file to cold case in less than 72 hours, Kane knew exactly what was happening. They were going to bury her. And suddenly, he couldn't, not this time. That night, Kane pulled out every record he had scrubbed, every report he had doctored. He began building a new case against his own system. The more he dug, the more he found. Ava wasn't the first girl. She might not even be the last. He worked alone, secretly, risking everything. And in the process, he found her, not alive, but buried, in a wooded area off a private property. The evidence led straight to the man Kane had protected for almost a decade. He turned it all in: files, photos, recordings. And then, he turned himself in too. He didn't ask for forgiveness. He didn't make excuses. He admitted what he'd done, what he'd allowed. He confessed to tampering, threats, suppression. And in court, when the victim's mother asked him why, he said, "Because I saw my daughter's face, and I couldn't look away anymore." Kane was sentenced to time served, stripped of his badge, and banned from ever wearing a uniform again. But none of that mattered to him. He spent the next 5 years volunteering with missing persons organizations, quietly, anonymously, helping other parents find the truth, even if they wouldn't like the answers. Bradley Kane will never be called a hero, but one case forced him to become something he hadn't been in a long time: human.